Hello, everyone. Um, I know I'm not that much of a frequent video poster, but I had a thought while I was coming back from my adventure, my urban hike, as I like to call them, when I go for long walks in the city. And over here in California, the weather's a little bit gloomy. It's been back and forth. We had probably like a day it was like 80 degrees, which the next day it was like cold. So there's no way to know really how to dress for the weather out here. But I was thinking about this whole concept of labels. So we just came into a new year. It's 2022, and a lot of people are hopeful that they can, leave behind at least one bad habit that they've realized has become sort of a nuisance, especially, something that has kept them from progressing in something that they want to achieve in their life. And, this whole concept of New Year's resolutions, a lot of people, like after the first 2 weeks of the new year, they usually go back to whatever it is. And, some of our younger generations, they have this whole dry January thing. I happen to be on the cusp of the millennial Generation X, um, you know, sort of like bisect. And so I have learned something about myself. When you use certain labels and certain things, the subconscious kind of takes that as a limitation because that is something that we've been conditioned and programmed to believe that is such. So I was thinking about my own need to kind of veer away from some old habits. Like I have been consciously walking away from going in the east direction because that's where all the bars and whatnot are. And I like to play pool, but if I'm at a bar, most likely I'm gonna want to buy a drink. And then, everybody knows that you're kidding yourself. If you drink just one, it's just gonna go right out the fucking window. So you're gonna end up with just 20 or whatever it is before you realize, oh shit, I gotta get out of here because I'm really just out for those of us that are veterans at this whole thing. So anyways, like I've been doing this whole thing where I've just like been taking on some healthier activities. And I'm not one that has ever been one to fit in. So I don't have a core group of friends. I don't have a clique. I am really a lone wolf, and I really like it that way because that's just something that is like just my natural personality. I get sort of drained when I'm around people for long periods of time, but I love people in terms of like helping people, especially people that really want to get help. And sometimes you run into people who come into your life and they're like, oh, like, how do you do what you do? But they're not really there to really actually get help from you. What they're actually there to do is just basically drain you and then to kind of put like their nasty ass, like, who done it and what for energy in the mix so that like at some point you're like, okay, like I'm starting to feel drained because you could physically feel it in your body and you get the spirit of it. So as I've progressed on this journey, I've kind of learned to get the fuck on away from them types of people because those people, they have some really bad energy. Like the first thing they do, they walk up to you like this and they're just like looking at you and they're just like, and I'm trying to figure out like, what is it that I can like, bring out that can kind of like bring your spirit down. Like they're always nitpicking and it's not very helpful. And so you're just like, okay, we don't need you. You don't really want help. You want to bring down my spirit so that I have the same fucked up ass energy as you. Adios, mom. But I've had to consciously keep myself away from environments and people that, because you guys, like if you go back into the pond where you normally circle in, you're gonna get into the toxic juice again. And a lot of the people, like if they're surrounded by, like negativity, like there's people that like to emotionally dump on you, especially if you have like an inner light, and they know that you're a good listener and you're not in the mix. You don't like to gossip and spread, like, so they know they can just drop their shit off, like just drop those bags off with you, but they're gonna go on the flight and then they'll leave that shit behind and they're gonna pick up some new shit and then they bring it right back to you. I will have to say, like, some of the people that I've dealt with for like years, like they tried that shit on me, and it's like, they really ain't about shit. So somebody who used to do this to me regularly came up to me a couple of weeks ago before I went on this little venture of like, we're gonna make some better choices. And he comes up and he's like, hey, like, let me tell you about this and then. And I was like, hey, what has this got to do with me? Like, I was really sick of the drama because like he was just wanting to gossip basically and talk about bad about other people. So I was like, listen, I really don't want to hear this. I'm sorry, but I'm not up for it. So he's like, fuck you, bitch. I just got up and walked away. People always show you who they are. So when you put labels on things, like I'm not telling myself like, oh, I don't drink, I'm going sober or whatnot, because like those things don't work for me personally. I don't know what works for you. Everybody's different. So, but this is what I noticed for myself. So maybe this might resonate with somebody else. So I basically said, well, I'm just doing dry January, and I ain't gotta tell nobody. Like 2022 is a new year. This is supposed to be a really good year for us people that, are like us, if you know what I mean. And so we have a lot to do, and so I'm getting the messages. I get them through dreams, and so since I've taken this hiatus from the toxins and whatnot, I wake up like refreshed. I just tell myself that I'm just doing dry January, that's, and nobody needs to know that I'm not drinking, because these are the same people. If you broadcast your personal growth on social media to the people that you normally hang out with, I'm not even going to tell you, because you already know. They're going to roll up, or they're going to call you and they're going to be like, hey, you want to go to A, B, and C? I'll come and pick you up. They'll just dump you right back in the same old habits, because they don't want to see you get out of that. And I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube, and I gotta say, I'm gonna have to agree with a lot of these people that I listen to. When I was really going through like I hit rock bottom, I like was going through this divorce. I was, like escaping from some malign individual. And I decided I wanted to live, but I knew, like, because I've always had the spirit, that no matter what happens to me, I will never turn to the dark side. I will always fight for my life, and I will always work for good, always on the side of light, no matter what. And one of the things that really helped was to recognize every little blessing in the darkness, because it just keeps growing. Once you recognize light just expands. And so nothing could keep me down. But these people, when I came back to my hometown, they were all for me in a sense, but they talked badly about me behind my back. And, I can read energy, even through social media. Sometimes I have to block certain people because I can feel their energy. I get visions. Like, I'm very intuitive. Like, I see things. Just don't mess with me. I know things. So anyways, I still didn't have that same fucked up stank ass energy towards them. Like, I still have compassion. Like, they know not what they do. I can't be mad at people for being on the levels that they're on. Like, when I was a kid, when I was younger, when I was in my early 20s, I probably did some of the same things, which I'm pretty sure I did actually. So, I had to go through it. But I built myself up. And now that, a lot of things, I've manifested a lot of things through God, through the grace of God. And, my life, like, I'm happy and I get to do things. And, I have things that I, like, because of my gratitude and my faith and understanding that nothing happens without God, and like, if anyone is against you, like, you always got somebody amazing with you. You've got the best security in the world, which is our Father, and it's a wonderful thing to be a daughter of God. And so, I've been building things back, but these very same people turn their nose up at me. And so I know now that I can't go back to those places, because they don't come from a place of love. And they're saying, hey, you made it on the battlefield, like, you didn't die or sink or whatever it is. They resent me for it. And so I know now that I can't trust them. And I tried, to, like, be amongst them on my own terms, because I would never, I would never like want to like do anything else with them, because these people are consumed by like the flesh. Like, they all just do whatever they do, and we don't need to go into any of that. But I just thought, you label something. So I'm not labeling sobriety. I'm not labeling anything. I'm doing it in an energetic, spiritual way. That's what resonates for me. So hopefully, you guys are seeing what you're in tune to and what resonates with you, what brings out the best in you, because only your spirit is unique. You have a unique relationship with God. You have a unique relationship with your environment, and you have a unique gift or many gifts. And that's it. Nobody can tell you how to ride the horse the way you want to ride the horse. Just do it. Anyways, I'm Shay. Also, my channel is the 307, but I'm going to be working on some things in the near future, some projects. we'll see what happens in the next couple of months. But I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your January and cool. Cheers.